Hi, this is Mrs. Krivicic or Mrs. K. I just wanted to go over the syllabus with all of you, and this is for Earth Science. So before we get started, I just want to talk about some expectations that I have. One expectation that I have is that you will be kind to your teachers and to your peers. So an example of this is you may not think that what you're saying about, I'll do something simple, like what the type of shoes that you're wearing, you might not think that that's offensive, or you might just be playing around. You might be like, hey, that's my friend. I can make that joke. And it can actually be really hurtful. So we want to make sure that we're kind in our words, especially online. So just really quickly, on Google Meets, I'm here to help you during that time. So we want to make sure that if we're leaving comments, if we're not understanding something, that we are kind in the words that we use to present our frustration as well as just our needs. Also be patient. I have never, this is my 6th year of teaching, 4th in this building, and I have never started a school year remotely. I have been gone at the beginning of the year for maternity leave 2 years ago, but I've never not been in a classroom with my students the first day of school. So I am learning, and I am going to be, I have lessons planned, but I know that I might run into a problem and I might need to fix that. So just patience with me, with Mr. Wiseman, and with each other. It's just going to be really, really, really important to be patient. If you don't succeed at first with an assignment, please don't give up. One of the things I really, truly believe is that the first time we do anything, whether I'm thinking about my daughter who's learning how to use a scooter. Sorry, why am I blanking on that word? The first time, she might have fallen down a couple times, but she keeps getting back up and she keeps trying it. And so I just want you to use that kind of analogy in how you approach your classwork. If you at first don't understand something, ask for help. And Mr. Wiseman and I are more than welcome to run a Google Meet with just you one-on-one to help you with the content. The other piece that, because we're starting online, it's going to be really important for you to stay organized. You're going to want to know where the assignments are. So if we go to Google Classroom, I just want to touch on what is on Google Classroom. So you'll have a Google Classroom screen, and it has all the classes you're enrolled. You can see all the classes I'm teaching. I'll click on Earth Science 4th period. You're going to have the stream tab here. Let me move my face so you can see it. So here is the stream tab. This is where I might, post a poll everywhere question just to get discussions going, or I might put a fun meme and say, hey, I was thinking of this meme and I thought I'd share it with you. Or I might share while we're remote learning if I make something at home, like I make some sort of chili or baked good. I might take a picture of it and say, hey, this is what I'm doing tonight, that kind of thing. So it will be a place to put announcements, to remind you about tests, that kind of thing. All of your classwork and all of your graded assignments are going to come under this classwork tab, and there will be different headings for different sections that we're going through. So that leads really nicely. Sorry, I forgot what window I was in. That leads really into how do I stay connected? It's going to be really important that you log on to Infinite Campus. That's how you're going to check yourself in for the day, and that's how you're going to get attendance for every single day. It also is where you will see all your graded assignments and the different points that they're worth. On Google Classroom, basically it answers the questions, what do I need to complete and when? There will be deadlines marked on the assignments. Now, if you need help and you need to contact me, there are 3 main ways. You can use Gmail. You can use your email. I know that a lot of you don't check your email, and that's okay. I would recommend that you do check your email, though. But email is one way that you can get a hold of me. The other option is through Google Meet. So we will meet every single day during some live interaction. So you want to make sure that you're attending those. And then Remind 101, there will be a reference sheet under classwork. So if you go under classwork for earth science, under this resources, there will be a PDF file of how to sign up for the earth science remind. I kind of already talked about communication. You can use Gmail, Remind. All work is on Classroom. I already talked about that. So what are we going to talk about in this year in earth science? One thing I want to start off is the first half of the year is going to be very similar. If you have older if you have friends that are seniors that have taken this before, or you have friends that are juniors that took, for some reason, have taken this, the first 4 units are pretty much the same as we've always done. We're going to talk about astronomy. We're going to talk about Earth's history, plate tectonics, minerals, and rocks. Those 4 units are mainly geology. And then the second half of the year is much more that earth science, so whole picture. And these are new units. You're the first students to go through these units. So we're going to talk about the oceans for a period of time. We're going to talk about wind, weather, and climate. Those of you that are really excited about tornadoes and hurricanes and all those different things, that's going to fall under the wind, weather, and climate. Then we're going to move on to global climate change, and we'll end the year with natural resources. Just a couple rules when it comes to our Google meetings. It's really important. Our periods are only 25 minutes, so it's really important that you log on time, that you are wearing school appropriate clothes, just like you were getting up in the morning. If I can suggest, it's been really hard, I'll be honest, to get back into a routine after the long summer. And it has been helpful for me personally to wake up as if I was going to school, to be there at 7 and get in that mindset of classes at certain times. So it is really important that you are in a place where you can focus. You'll notice that I'm in the classroom. I'll give you a little preview. It's not completely done, but I'm in the classroom. And the reason I'm in the classroom is because I have 2 little ones at home and my husband is working from home. So it would be extremely difficult for me to focus and give my best effort if I was sitting at home. So again, I can't stress enough to pick a place that you can focus. When you are listening to directions that I give in a Google Meet, or you are listening to a peer, it's important that you have your microphone muted. If you have a question, you can type it in the chat box, or you can actually just type hand, and I'll know that, hey, this student has a question. Make sure that before I keep on going, that I address your questions. Come ready to learn, but also to talk to one another. I know that for me, it's been wonderful talking with other teachers. With the stay-at-home part, it was talking to a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, not talking to adults or older students. So it's definitely exciting in that sense. And then the other part is I am going to assign a small participation grade for every single Google Meet. So if you come, you can get some points towards your grade. And let me just preface this. If you cannot follow these rules about Google Meets, I do have the ability to remove students. And so if I have to intervene, then just know that if I have to, I don't want to, but if I have to, I will remove students if they're not taking it seriously. This second page. So quizzes are going to be worth 40%. Tests and quizzes are going to be worth 40% of your grade. 30% of your grade is going to be labs and class activities. Those could be gizmos. Those could be web quests. If I have you look at an experiment. 10% is going to be participation. So are you participating in, like this week, you'll do a getting to know you drawing. You will take the pretest. You will take a survey so that I understand more about what's going on at home, as well as a Padlet. All of those kind of things that we do either in the live sessions or something that is more informal, that will fall under the participation. And then 20% will come from classwork. I will say that late work policy, I'm going to try to be a little more just stringent, and it's merely so that I can stay organized. So I'll read the late work policy, and then I'll just give a little information about it. So I am aware that this is a difficult time. I am really aware of that. However, due dates still need to exist so that we can make sure that all content is being covered. Late work will be accepted up to the day before the test. If work is turned in late, feedback will be given as soon as possible, but it is not guaranteed that that feedback will be given before the test. So what that's saying is that if you were to wait till the day before our first test, you would be able to turn in late work. However, it would be half points off. And also, if you turned it in literally the day before the test, I can't promise that I'll be able to give you adequate feedback before you take that test. So it is really important that you stay on top. The other part that I need to talk about is cheating. Last year, I saw some cheating. And I just want to give you an example of what it looks like, and I'll give you a situation and how I handled it and how I will continue to handle it. So if two students turn in exactly the same Google Doc with exactly the same formatting, with exactly the same answers, then I am going to be suspect that either you collaborated and you helped each other write the same exact thing, or you just copied. One easy way is that in Google, you can look at version histories. And so if it's only one edit, I'll know that you copied it and pasted it in there and you turned it in as your work. So if that were to happen, if two students were to have exactly the same answers, I would give the student who took the other person's work, if I can determine who did that, and the person who allowed the cheating to happen. It is really important that you do not I can't go on the internet and take somebody's picture without giving them credit for it. So it's important that life has its choices, but there are consequences to our choices. I won't go into the grading. You'll probably have that. I will let you read the be respectful, be responsible, be recognized. This last part is a new one. And for me, it is really important. So the idea to be resilient. So what that means for me is that even when times get difficult and I have planning to do and grading, that I never give up, that I work through that struggle and I come out better on the other end. So just keep that in mind. So as Michael Scott, I'm not a huge Office fan, but I know enough about it that I know his character. And as he said in his show, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So that being said, that means try. There's nothing, you don't have anything to lose. This last page we'll come back to probably on Monday or Tuesday of next week. This page has all of the different websites, Google Classroom, Flipgrid, Remind, Padlet, Poll Everywhere, quizzes, gizmos that we'll use. And I will make this into like a editable document for you so that you can actually write down your username and passwords for all of these. All right, thank you.